Hello, book lovers. Welcome to Must Love Books. Welcome back to Must Love Books podcast. Today I am here with Tina Bree of Hello Darling Books and Beyond.
Well, hello there. Thank you for having me.
We are here celebrating World Book Lovers Day on August 9th. We're recording on August 9th, World Book Lovers Day. So we're here to talk about books and a little bit about your incubator bookshop at the Riverwalk Shops in McHenry, as well as some book boxes that Tina will have available for shipping all over the U.S. So anyone can support this local small business.
So let me just start off by saying how excited I was when you first came into the shop. We just opened. It's called Hello Darling Books and Beyond. My husband and I, we just opened in May. It's a seasonal incubator program, like you said. It gives small business startups a chance to really thrive and shine. And we absolutely love it. We're here at the McHenry Riverwalk Shops. And it has been such a tremendous experience having the support. And I remember the first time you came into the shop, you were so happy and so bubbly. And I think you walked in and you said, "There's a bookstore here. I'm so excited." So I just wanted to say thank you to you for this opportunity and just being part of the community and giving us a little spotlight.
I appreciate that. And I want to thank you for opening a bookstore for the first time in McHenry in over a decade.
That's right.
It's been at least a decade since we've had a bookstore, bringing books back to our local area.
Honestly, and that's our goal, is to expand, find our own brick and mortar building. We want to add so many things into the bookshop right now. It is primarily a niche genre. You'll find everything has some sort of a romance plot or subplot in the book. So we'd love to expand on the titles, but that is our ultimate goal, is to bring the best and the coolest bookshop in McHenry proper.
So what gave you the idea of starting to open the shop? Obviously to bring books back to McHenry, but what made you think you work in radio?
Yes.
And how did you go from radio to I'm just going to open a bookstore?
You know what? One day you wake up and you forget all of the things that you loved to do. So I've always loved reading ever since I was little, from the first, Boxcar Children to The Secret Garden to when I got a little older to 50 Shades of Grey. Okay, so I've always loved reading, but I put it on the back burner. And my career took off and I got married and then we have kids and, life gets in the way. And I picked up the series, the ACOTAR series, which I know... I know that you haven't finished that series just yet, but
started.
Okay, I was trying to help you, girl.
No. And, eventually I will read it. It'll happen.
And then I'm going to come back on with you and we're going to chat about the ACOTAR series. I had picked up that series and I forgot that I loved reading and I loved this genre so much. And as you can see, the romance genre, the community is amazing, and it just started to trend. And my husband is the best. He goes, "Honey, why don't you just do it?" Because I had been talking about it and talking about opening up a bookshop. And he said, "Just do it." And here we are.
And this incubator program this is only the second year, right?
This is the third year.
Oh, this is the third year. That's right.
Yes. So what we're hoping is to submit for the following year. They do sometimes allow the businesses to stay for 2 years, just because they say within the 2-year mark of starting a small business, you're really trying to work out all the kinks, financial, things going on all of the time. And so the 2 years, I think, will really help us be able to map out the business plan.
And then, fingers crossed,
yes,
a full-time store. So the incubator store itself is open from May until
December 28th. Yeah. So the holidays, it's almost like a Hallmark movie here at the Riverwalk shops. Like the lights and everybody's shops are decorated and it's just warm and fuzzy and it's beautiful.
It is so cute. We are about an hour 15-ish north of Chicago. So if you're available to come out for one of the Christmas weekends, they do so many cute events. In fact, this past December, my youngest actually sang karaoke. She did. She sang, what is that song? Last Christmas, I Gave You My Heart. She wore this little red suit and had her little reindeer antlers on. And she came and she sang that for everyone. She made a lady cry.
Something when you evoke that type of emotion.
Exactly. Yes. And then she's like, okay, I'm done. Time to go. It was her first public performance outside of school talent shows.
I was darling.
It was the cutest thing ever. So it's definitely worth the trip out here in Northern Illinois, McHenry, Illinois, if you're available to make a trip for a fall event or a Christmas event, do a little holiday shopping.
Yeah, it is so cute down here. And you just can't help but want to support and feel like you are just part of a movie down here. It's really cute.
It really is movie-esque.
Yes, it totally
Someone should film something.
Yes, and we're on the water too. We have the water. It is a perfect setting. And there's so many photo opportunities around here anyways.
Yes, take Riverwalk literally because there is a very nice river, a gorgeous brick bridge. I love that bridge. It's so nice. I was telling DNF about it. I love the bridge.
DNF always gets shout outs. I wasn't sure.
She does. DNF and I actually just did Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Yes, and she actually finished it.
Okay.
We split it up. The book is in 3 parts, so we recorded 3 episodes on it, which was super fun, and we cried and yelled several times. It was great. It was great. Said 1,000 times that we're actually not going to survive the movie when it comes out.
No.
We're not even going to make it out of the theater.
No, exactly.
All the body bags.
It won't be as good as the book. They never are, but it's going to be a close second.
They are doing age-accurate casting for this one.
Good.
Outside of, because that was one of the bigger complaints about the original Hunger Games series, is everyone was in their mid-20s playing 16-year-old kids. Right. Well, they've got 12-year-olds and 14-year-olds and 16-year-olds playing these kids, and that's going to make it 10 times worse.
Yeah. Exactly, because you are really going to feel like they are those people. Those characters.
They're these are actually babies. Maybe we should have stuck with the older people. We're not going to make it out of the theater. Body bag us.
No.
Instead of DNF, you'll be DNR. So this podcast is for adults. Okay, so now we're going to dive into some book talk on our book podcast. And I'm going to just rapid fire some questions.
Okay.
Not really. I always say rapid fire. They're never rapid fire.
Yeah, okay.
Rapid. So if you could have one sentence from a book tattooed onto your body, what would it be?
Ooh. This is going to seem very cliche. No, hang on. Let me think about this. It's going to be Hello, Darling. It has to.
It has to. I mean, that's the name of your shop now.
That is because the ACOTAR series, like I said earlier, was one of the reasons why I named the shop what it was. It got me back into loving it. So I think it would have to be Hello, Darling. And my husband calls me, darling. So it just sort of fits.
You have to give props to ACOTAR and Sarah J. Maas, whether you like the books or not, whether you've read them or not. Yes. They have made a huge shift in getting more people to read.
Exactly.
It brought reading back to the mainstream, especially in the, golden age of social media. Everyone's on a phone. Exactly. Everyone's on social media or just messing around or playing little games and stuff. People were definitely not reading as much as they had been. And books like ACOTAR, you got to give them props because she brought reading back.
I agree with you 100%. She made fairies cool. Honestly, she really did.
To the nerds like me, they were always cool, but to the mainstream, to the rest of the people, And it brought a lot of new people into bookish spaces.
So do you have any book tattoos?
I have no tattoos.
You don't have any?
I am terrified of needles.
No.
I know. And I do want to try.
Okay, because
I do want to try.
I
But
do
like,
want
I have a nose piercing and I have my ears pierced and I cried when I got those. I did. And I have to have somebody hold my hand like a little baby girl because I don't do well with needles. Like,
I think that DNF will volunteer as tribute to hold your hand when you get your first book tattoo.
but our Something Smutty book club, we do want to do bookish tattoos at some point altogether. There's 6 of us. And we either want to do like just something like cutesy with a book or something with our book club names. Whether it's like something symbolic of it, like my book club name is Slow Burn.
Okay,
so like a little flame in a book, like there we go.
Yes, exactly. That would be so cute.
DNF can just have a book with a big X over it.
Now I have to convince my book club for all of us to get tattoos together.
There's places that do like tattoo parties.
Yes.
So you can have somebody come out to your book club and give everyone tattoos.
Oh yeah, my very first tattoo I ever got was in a garage in my uncle's house. It was a tattoo party. They came to the garage and I got a tattoo. I wasn't 18. My mom was not pleased.
I have been to tattoo parties and I still don't have a tattoo. So our next question.
Yes.
Is there a couple in any book that you've read that you would love to meet in real life?
Ooh. Let me think about this. There's so many of them. Have you read Haunting or Hunting Adeline?
I read the first one, Haunting Adeline,
Yes.
and I'm going to say it was the last book I DNF'd.
No!
I got 40% of the way through, and I'm like, the only person in this book that I actually like is the best friend, and I did not like anyone else. I just did not vibe with the characters. I thought that the flashback story with the journal, I thought that was more interesting than the main storyline. It just was not for me.
Okay, so let me tell you, we just learned that there is sort of a prequel to that book about the grandma and the journals. It's called
I might have to read that one.
It just came out this year. We're trying to get it in the shop now. It's called Phantom, right, babe? When I say babe.
Fact check.
Exactly. And it's the prequel. It's about the grandma. That's all of the journal, like backstory like that. But
I love the journal aspect, so I'll probably pick that one up.
I think I'd like to meet Zaid from Haunting Adeline. He's a badass. And
I would, if I met him, I'd be like, what's wrong with you?
Stalk us and leave roses on my counter any day.
So for me, I have probably 2.
Okay.
2 I would pick from.
Yes.
One is, I talk about Hunger Games on this podcast, like nonstop.
Yes.
I would love to meet Katniss and Peeta. At the same time, I think I would just cry. Like, hi, how are you? And then just cry because everything they went through was so awful.
Yes.
Couple number 2 would have to be Jude and Carden from The Cruel Prince.
Oh, you know what? I haven't read that series. I haven't read it.
You have to.
But I know of the series.
Cruel Prince is a political fantasy with a slow burn, enemies to lovers, romance subplot.
We love all of that.
Which I didn't know when I bought it.
Yeah.
I heard about it on TikTok, and I'm like, okay, it's a romantasy. There'll be like cute fairies falling in love, and it immediately starts off with murder and gore and bloodshed. I'm like literally jaw dropped reading the first chapter.
Really?
What did I buy?
Then it's gotta be next on my list. I have so many.
It's so good. It like changed my life.
Okay. See, I'm totally fine with all of that. I tend to go toward the dark romance genre myself. If it's not dark romance, it's going to be the romantasy. So I'm fine with any of the unhinged things. I'm fine with like the gore and like all that stuff. I'll eat it up. I like it.
I love it.
Okay.
This book, and there's so many plot twists that will leave your just jaw hanging open.
Okay.
So totally recommend. It's a trilogy, and then there's a sequel duology. And there's actually like a prequel trilogy too, but I haven't read that one. Okay. But that one actually came out first. So I guess it's not technically a prequel. I guess Cruel Prince would be the sequel. and then the duology is the sequel.
Yes. Yes.
But the Cruel Prince, that's the one that really took off. So I highly recommend that.
I love that. I would also, Rhysand and Feyre. You don't, because you have not read ACOTAR, but that would be like my top tier couple in a book probably ever, just because I have so much love for that series, clearly.
So what is, and I'm going to tell you that you can't say ACOTAR for this answer.
Okay.
So what is a book that changed your life?
Ooh, Under Your Scars. It's right here by Ariel Anderson. I think about this book every single day.
I love the cover.
It is totally a dark romance. It is completely unhinged. You will feel like an emotional wreck by the end of the book. And you're just like, when you close a book and you can't say anything after you read it, I know that it has changed something within me. So I would say Under Your Scars.
For me, I would say a book that really changed my life. I'm going to go back to like 2003, give or take. Okay. And that would be Cashil's Dart by Jacqueline Carey.
I don't know that book. School me. What is it?
Okay. So first I want to say Jacqueline Carey is an incredible, very intelligent, very eloquent author. Her writing is just gorgeous.
Like, would you compare her to like a Kristen Hanna who does like the historical romance type, like where you can just tell they do their homework when they are writing
very yes. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Yes. Okay. Hers is a political fantasy with a very strong romance subplot. Okay. A lot of people consider it a romantasy, but this was before romantasy was a term. They started releasing in the early 2000s. She has a couple different series all in the same world. And I actually had Jacqueline Carey was on the podcast in 2024 when I first started, so shout out to that episode. And this book really changed my life. It is definitely an adult fantasy. Our main character, Phaedra, is a courtesan and also a spy.
Okay. All right. I love that.
And also essentially cursed by a trickster god.
Hey, I'm liking this already. Okay.
Named Cashil.
Yes.
And this curse, sometimes a blessing, usually a curse, allows her to enjoy pain.
Right.
And in this book, sex is religion, essentially. So there's very much a lot of respect for sex work in this book. And there's all these different houses that have different, I guess, styles and preferences. And they each have their own mottos and stuff. And her house is the one focused on pain, essentially. Now, saying that you would think that this book is like very heavily BDSM, it's not. It's so political.
Right.
She gets wrapped up in all this political intrigue as we have some people trying to take over the kingdom and we have gods and goddesses getting involved in things like I honestly cannot even begin to dive into this, like these books.
Yeah.
The thick babies.
But well, and I like that too, because the one thing that I love about, having the romance bookshop is what you're talking about is like, it's okay to have a book like that. It's okay to read a book like that. And it can be done respectfully. And it just gets people talking.
It does.
That's what I love. That's what I love about books. It really does bring people together and you start to build a community around it. So
yeah. So you read Cashil's Dart and Cruel Prince.
Yes.
And I'll get my hiney moving on ACOTAR and Fourth Wing. There we go. And we'll just book club all of it.
And that's from Fourth Wing. You will love it.
So next I want to go on to, I like this one. Yeah, okay. So you're on a deserted island.
Ooh. Okay.
3 books to keep you company.
Ooh. Okay. Only 3. Quicksilver by Callie Hart, because we love our Kingfisher. I'm gonna shout out Jennifer Hartman. She is one of our local authors that we carry here in the shop. I'm gonna say, do I pick between Still Beating or Older? That's a tough one. I'm a fan of the age gap, so maybe Older. I'm gonna do Older by Jennifer Hartman, and then I get one more book. Ooh, this is so tough.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say Nocticadia by Carrie Lake, because It takes place, it's like a college setting, but, naughty professors. I think those are the ones I'm picking.
So I'm stuck on a deserted island. I'm going to bring The Hunger Games to use as my survival textbook.
Oh, so my heart still beats there with the books. You're like, I need this for survival.
Then Kashiel's Dart, because it's very thick and long and beautiful and will probably occupy much of my time.
Okay, I like it.
And then, one for a third one.
I know, there's so many to
I know.
choose from.
I'm like, all of a sudden, every book in the world.
The amount of books that we read, it's kind of insane. It's hard to choose.
It is. I'll go classic for my third one, Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, see?
There we go.
I like those choices. None of mine will help me survive, but I will have a great time. I'm going to have a great time.
I'm sure everyone's always, ACOTAR, Sarah J. Maas, Rebecca Ross. So let's highlight some of our underrated authors.
Let's think here. We do carry quite a bit. Jenny Grimes, Shades of Power. She is a local author here, and she literally rapid fire wrote 3 books, I'm pretty sure, within a year's time.
That's incredible.
And it's romantasy with a little bit of dark twist in there. I just think she writes so nicely, and I think for sure she is underrated. The way that she wrote. See, when I read fantasy or romantasy books, I really look for something different because magic is magic. Fairies are fairies. If there is a way that you can have a uniqueness with your fairies or your dragons or some sort of the magic system, I think she does a really good job of that. So I would say Jenny Grimes, underrated author right now.
Love that.
Yeah. What about you? There's so many.
I know, there's so many. I could actually list
you should have had a list maybe.
Yeah, which I do. So at the beginning of every month, I have this new series where I just go through all of the new releases for that month for both trad and indie authors. And there's usually a lot of debut authors in that list as well. So I really could just sit here read off. Here
Totally.
we go.
Yes. Yeah.
One author that I think more readers would really appreciate is Mallory Marlowe.
Okay.
So she wrote Love and Other Conspiracies, which was so cute. They're on the hunt for Bigfoot. It's the most adorable thing ever. It's so cute. They're hunting ghosts and hunting Bigfoot, and she's a producer and he is a podcaster, and she offers him a show. Okay. So they're making a web series trying to compete for a show, and they're hunting ghosts and going to find Bigfoot, and he's so nerding about all of it, and she's you're just adorable. And I'm you're right.
Finding after him. I like
yes. She's trying to find her idea because this contest is starting.
Yeah.
And she's flipping through late night TV and catches him on as a guest on some crazy 2 a.m. show. And it was just immediate. We need this show. And it's just the cutest thing ever. She had another one recently released, Love at First Sighting. I haven't read it yet, but it did just release Love at First Sighting, and this is your X-Files rom-com.
I was going to say, why do I feel the cover, it reminds me of the X-Files or whatever it is. Maybe I just remember seeing the cover of the book.
It's so cute. So I think that is an author that more readers would really appreciate.
Yeah.
And since we've talked about ACOTAR, I have one I think you'll like.
Ooh,
the author is Sarah Hawley.
Okay.
The series is the Shards of Magic series, and her first book in the series is Servant of Earth.
Ooh, yeah.
If you like anything involving fae,
we do.
Especially kind of dark, grittier versions of fae.
Just wrote it down.
Servant of Earth was absolutely incredible. I did the audiobook and I stayed up until 3 a.m.
You did. I
in
do
the
that
dark
a ton.
listening to this audiobook because it's just so good. This is another one that is a very heavily political fantasy. With a strong romance subplot, with multiple romantic partner potentials.
Okay.
And you just don't know which one she's going to go with. The sequel is Princess of Blood, and it's going to release September 30th.
Okay.
I did get an arc for it, and I cannot wait to start it. Oh my god. Like, look at this cover.
Let me see. Ooh, the red. Ooh, is that like a serpent?
Yes.
What is that? Yeah.
Giant serpent.
That's
So
cool.
we have the main character lives in this kind of very small village where they sacrifice girls to the Fae. Not really sacrifice but sort of like send them to the Fae on this very treacherous path. And if they send these girls to the Fae, then the Fae will bless them and keep them safe.
Okay.
Our main character does not buy that at all. And her best friend is chosen.
Oh.
So she sneaks off and follows them.
So did people want to be sacrificed to the
They
Fae?
want to. It's like the greatest honor, and they're going to go live as Fae princesses. They think they're all going to get a Fae prince.
Right, yeah.
And they're going to live in these beautiful, magical Fae land. And she's like, you're crazy. There's no evidence that this ever happens. No one ever comes back. We never hear from anyone again.
Right.
And I've been on part of this path before that you all go down. It's like this weird bog, swampy place where the wrong step and you're gone.
Yeah.
And she's like, I've been traveling this my whole life.
Right.
And I've never made it across. You guys are crazy. So when her best friend is chosen, she's like honored.
Of course, right.
You know, this is a great way to bring honor to her family and to keep her village safe. And she's gung-ho. She's got the Kool-Aid. She's ready. The main character's like, no.
I like that concept. It's a very unique way to spin things than just your normal, okay, we have fairies and we have wings and there's some magic. I like the uniqueness to it.
Yes, and it is a much darker, grittier Fae world where the Fae are not what everyone believes.
Okay.
And they're even worse than what she ever imagined. Well, she wasn't even sure they existed.
Right.
And they exist. And that's not a good thing. So she makes it. But there's some things that happen.
Okay.
And when she arrives, she's immediately enslaved.
Oh my gosh.
To the House of Earth, so servant of Earth. And there are different houses for the Fae and a mysterious house that no one shall speak of.
So the grass is on the other side.
Yeah.
They think that this is something that they want. It's going to help them in their life after. And it's not. And it's not.
It is not. And there's just this one, there's a lot of political intrigue within the Fae themselves because some of the houses want to take over.
Right.
And others are like, no, we serve this king. And others are like, I want to be king. Let's get rid of this guy. So she's enslaved to this house where she is the servant to the Earth Princess, essentially.
Okay.
And she is about to come of age, the princess. And when the Fae come of age, they undergo these trials, these very deadly trials. Right. And if you don't complete your trials, you are stripped of your immortality and your powers, and you're banished.
Okay.
And if you do survive, you gain your immortality and your powers kind of strengthen.
You sold me.
Yes. You're not supposed to receive outside help. You're supposed to complete everything on your own. But the Earth Queen is like, look, my kid is not this good. She's not going to make it. They have no faith in her whatsoever. In order to survive, she has to help the princess through these trials, these very deadly trials. And there's so much mystery around them because there's magic involved. And after each set of trials, everyone's mind is kind of wiped of the trials so that they can't help anyone in the next generation. So no one even knows what these trials are going to be because the magic wipes the memory.
I like it.
And there's a different trial per different house that kind of the traits that you have to express kind of tie into the house. So some of them are, courage. Some are on survival. Some are on intelligence. Some are on your ability to kind of let your inhibitions go and have a wild and free frolicking time. ...
tend to let loose a little bit. Yeah.
So it's all about she has to help her princess survive, but she can't let anyone know because that would have her be executed. But if her princess fails, she can also be executed. So she's kind of in a very tough space here. And there's so much cool magic in it too.
Which we always love. Like, do you find yourself, do you lean toward a lot of the fantasy, romantic?
I
lean toward that.
Fantasy is definitely my number one genre for sure, especially when there's romance involved. And I've always preferred fantasy. Like I read Lord of the Rings when I was in 5th grade and never looked back. It was immediate.
Yes.
So definitely prefer like fantasy with romance, whether it is a romantasy or a romantic fantasy. Yes, doesn't necessarily have to have an HEA for it to be on my genre, as long as there's a little bit of smoochy somewhere.
Of course, yes.
That's what we really like.
Some really great young adult series that I have read that has none of that. There's no steaminess in there, but you know, they might allude to it a little bit, but there's nothing crazy in there. And they're one of my favorite series or books that I've ever read. You know, obviously we like some of the hardcore stuff that happens in there, more chili peppers. It doesn't always have to be that way.
Yeah, like as you know, I'm part of the Something Smutty book club, so obviously I do read some of the spicier titles out there.
Right.
But it's not something that is necessary for me to enjoy a book. Yeah. I also do like YA fantasy because YA is always kind of like nostalgic to me. Yeah. Those are the days when I did my most reading was when I was reading like YA dystopia and YA fantasy. So it's always nostalgic to me and it's always something that I still love to go back to.
Yes, exactly. I agree.
Like I would not be who I am today or where I am today if it wasn't for YA.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's part of the reason why we opened up the shop was because, like you said, like I forgot how much I loved reading. And then as you got older, things just got in the way. So I agree with you.
I was a huge reader, you know, before adulthood kicked in.
Right.
And like I read all day at school, on the bus. Right. I mean, I did homework, sure. Sometimes in between chapters. Like I read nonstop. Like
we love that.
And then, you know, adulthood came and that kind of I didn't read a book for like years. And honestly that hurt.
I get it. That's, you know, and we're trying to expand our young adult section because we find that a lot of parents are coming in with their kids who are 12 years plus, and they can tell that these books are not for them, but we are trying to listen. If we can get kids to read, whether it's, you know, getting them into the fiction world, then we'll do it our way. You know,
more kids and adolescents reading is never, ever, ever going to be a bad thing.
Right. Exactly. Agreed.
In fact, I actually saw an article. I don't know from where, but it was a few months ago. I saw an article that it was geared towards people 20 and under. Oh. So it included like teenagers as well as young adults. And in this survey, it showed 60% of these young people started reading because of TikTok.
Right.
Like online book communities are literally changing people's lives.
Which people might say, oh, TikTok is terrible. And there are some things, of course, that social media is really terrible for. But for that instance, I think it's great. Even, you know, like my niece, Lily, she loves reading the Dragon Girls. And I'm like, you know, I love that because that is a fantasy book for her. And she's 9 years old and she loves to read. And obviously social media that's a big thing for her to get her to read all of that. So that article makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And I was like, I love that number because people harp on book talk all the time. And you know, that book talk has some issues. Every internet space has issues. There's no such thing as a drama-free internet space. Like that doesn't exist.
No, of course not.
But you can't like discredit the good because of the bad.
Exactly.
In fact, you embrace the good and then work to fix the bad.
Yes.
Like let's address the issues.
Well, yeah, so just listen to us.
Exactly. Everybody should listen to me, honestly. I've said that so many times is, just put me in charge and do what I say.
Yes.
And everyone will be fine.
Exactly. Everyone's going to be reading fairy smut all over you.
Everyone. Fairies for everyone. And occasionally a dragon. You can have a dragon.
Yes, exactly.
So I have a little bookish game that I want us to play.
Okay.
It's called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
So my listeners have heard me play this before, and it's something super fun that gives everyone just some new books to recommend. Okay. So we're going to start off with five books you love.
Ooh, gosh. Okay. So I'm going to do A Court of Mist and Fury. That's within the ACOTAR world. I'm going to do Throne of the Fallen. That would be a fantasy. Such a good book. It was written just so well. I loved it. I've mentioned Quicksilver. I love that book. Gosh, I need 2 more. There's too many to choose from. Let's do... Ooh, have you read Lights Out yet?
No, that's one that's been recommended to book club for us to check out. So we're going to do that one.
Fun. I'm not trying not to say books that I love that I would just tell people to read over and over and over again. I'm trying to think back into the Tina Bree vault here of books. Lights Out is just super fun. It is a dark romance book, so there are trigger warnings in there, but it's more of I would say, the lighthearted side of it. So Lights Out, that's just such a fun book. And then I would say Heartless Hunter. That one, there's 2-book series to that has witches. I'm totally into that. The magic system is good in there too. So I love it. I think that's fine.
So for me, my 5, I'm going to try to pick ones that I haven't mentioned. So I'm going to say,
that's hard.
Yeah, because we've already talked about the same books over and over again. And the point is to branch out.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm going to say Yellowface by R.F. And I'm going to specifically recommend the audiobook. Because the narrator did such a good job of being insufferable.
Okay, I like that.
Like, she's supposed to be insufferable. Yes. This is a woman who is very unaware of racial issues. And she steals a manuscript from her friend who dies.
Oh my God.
Yes. And it was a Chinese story.
Okay.
And she stole it, rewrote some sections of it, and then sold it as her own. And her publisher,
best friend?
Yes, her best friend, who she hated.
How is that possible?
Because she was better than her.
Oh my gosh.
And this whole thing, Yellowface, is about her kind of stretching her identity into a racial sphere that she did not belong to.
Oh, wow.
And a complete lack of awareness. Like, you were not supposed to like this character. And the narrator was incredible.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm sitting there and I'm like so mad at her talking. I'm like, are you kidding me? Lady. And additionally, I just want to say R.F. Kuang is incredible. She is probably, and we do have a section where we recommend authors, so I'm going to save her for that. But anything by R.F. Kuang is always a hit. So Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. I'm going to say 6 of Crows. By Lee Bardugo. Such an incredible read. I loved it so much. Let's see what's one I didn't say. Oh, Dread Nation by Justina Ireland. This is a Civil War retelling, except after the Battle of Gettysburg, the fallen soldiers rose again. It's a zombie takeover with a black lead and just an incredible story, and one that I would literally die to see in movies. Like, they need to create this. So that's 3. Next is Dial A for Aunties, which I think you actually carry in the store, or at least you've had some before. You've seen it.
We did. And then there's the other book that goes along with it.
Number 4 hasn't released yet, but I read the art copy, and I will have the author upcoming on the podcast. Blood Moon by Brittany S. Lewis.
Yes.
If you thought Bonnie Bennett from Vampire Diaries deserved better, this book is for you.
Ding, ding, ding.
And honestly, that is all I have to say about it. Like, you get it.
Enough said.
Enough said. And then number 5,
I'm going to sneak in the book Enigma too. Again, these are a lot of dark romance books, but I lean toward that. Runics. This is a really great book. It almost felt like I was reading something poetic a little bit, if that's how I would describe it.
Yeah,
So
I love that.
added a 6th book, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
My number 5 will be Children of Blood and Bone, which has a movie adaptation coming out. I'm super pumped for it. This book was incredible.
Love it.
So next we have number 4. 4 genres or tropes that you love.
I mean, I think I might have mentioned it earlier. Age gap is always good. We always love an enemies to lovers. I'm a sucker for the grumpy sunshine. The grumpier the man, I mean, the better in the books, honestly. I just love that. And then I'm sticking with the tropes. I'm doing the forced proximity. I mean, it gets your heart pumping. It does every time.
Mine's honestly not much different. There's the enemies to lovers. Gets me every time.
Yep.
Top tier.
Yep.
You can't beat it.
Yep. If they don't become the lovers, I am upset.
Yes.
I am a sucker for a happy ending, but a lot of my books that I read don't have happy endings.
And then forced proximity, whether that's just one bed or just one horse.
Ooh,
just one horse.
What book have you read where they were on a horse together?
I would say Illusion of Stars.
Okay.
It's a YA romantasy with the just one horse trope, and that was fun, especially because she made jokes about it because they were very close. So let's see, the forced proximity. I'm down with anything fantasy romance, romantic fantasy.
Yes.
I kind of put them all together in one bubble. I know that they're not necessarily all the same, but there's enough overlap that I enjoy that I'm going to just put it all together.
Yes. Yeah.
And for my third one, I kind of like the reverse of enemies to lovers.
Ooh.
Lovers to enemies. It usually ends with one of them trying to kill the other.
Yes.
And sometimes it's lovers to enemies back to lovers.
Okay.
You know, there's various levels.
I like the vibe. I like it.
Number 3 is 3 authors you always read or auto-buy author.
People are going to be like, Tina, you're crazy. I will buy anything by Penelope Douglas because she is nuts in a good way. Her books are crazy. Like, she writes some of the most taboo things that you just can't put down. So I feel like I will always read something of hers or buy something of hers. I think I briefly mentioned Kristen Hanna. If anybody has not come into the fiction world and is hoping for something that's not too smutty, I think she does an excellent job with the historical fiction. Abby Jimenez, I think she just writes so nice. Her writing is so neat. Has anybody ever, her writing is just neatly done. And I just love the stories that she does. There's so many, but I can only pick 3. Okay, that's it.
My 3 will be R.F. Kuang.
Okay.
Suzanne Collins.
Yes.
And Geneva Rose.
Yeah.
Oh, I adore her. She's so funny. She did. He's so cute.
I know.
Oh my goodness. And they named their son after the character in their first writing project together.
Yes.
And that was like the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Chase.
Yes. From Clean Time, which was so much fun. That was adorable.
Yeah, I think that's
great. I'm just like, they're just like absolute gold.
Right. I love her dancing when she just stops in at different bookstores and it's like little like Tinkerbell ballerina. She's twirling. She was like 9 months pregnant.
Secretly signed some books. Exactly. Yeah, secretly in quotations.
I'm sorry that I have been not harassing you, Geneva, to come to Hello Darling. That's me fake typing, by the way. I'm messaging her all the time, but now that she's had the baby, I'm like, I must leave her be.
Yeah, you can have a few months. But then, our number 2 is 2 places that you love to read.
Oh, I mean, in my library, in my big old chair. And it wasn't a library before. Shout out to my husband, who is just my hero. He turned a spare bedroom into the library, and I have a big, cushy chair that I get to read. And then anything that makes me feel like I'm in like a nook, like a closet, like I don't want to be claustrophobic, but any place that's just like, it's got to feel like super cozy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if I'm outside or inside. I just need a little nook area. So my library and then my nook. If I read in bed, sometimes I will fall asleep because I don't sleep. So I think if I'm reading in, that's not my favorite place to read because I want to keep reading and not fall asleep.
So we have in my living room what is called the chill sack.
Ooh,
this is a massive
yes.
bean bag. It's like 200 pounds.
I love it.
Shoved up in the corner.
Yeah.
And if you fluff it up enough and then tap the middle down, it like becomes an egg. And you can just curl up into it like that. And that's a really comfy spot.
That's great. I love it.
Outside of that, I probably just read like on the couch, my bed. I used to love to read outside, and now I actually can't stand reading outside.
Yeah, see me like by the pool, like I'm pool, like when the sunshine is hitting me, I don't feel comfy.
Yeah, I'm comfortable for about 5 minutes.
Right.
And then I'm like,
right. I don't want to swim.
I can't do it anymore.
As we're getting older, because I feel the same way. I don't like to be hot.
Yeah, I don't want to be hot.
If I don't have to.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So our number one is, and we have to hold each other accountable to this, okay?
Okay, my gosh.
One book, just one,
Yeah.
that you promise to read soon.
Oh my gosh, I have a list.
Just one.
I would have to say, because it's like such a beautiful book, like the actual cover and the pages, Beautiful Things. And I think it's Emily Rath. It has like a gold bird cage on it, and it's got flowers, and the book is just so gorgeous. So I think that's my book. I think so. Yes, thank you. Thank you, husband. Yes, that's
it is beautiful.
pretty.
Look at the sprayed edges. Yes. Oh my goodness, that is so pretty.
That's probably why. I think.
Oh my goodness, I'm in love. I know that my answer is supposed to be Akatar or Fourth Wing because everyone is harping on me, and I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna say, ooh, what am I gonna say? You know what? I have not read The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo yet, so I'm going to say that one.
And we just got that in. I feel like the book.
I'm literally looking around the bookshop to name books.
That book, like, it looks spooky and like so creepy, like perfect time, like to go into the fall. So you pick.
Yeah.
I agree.
I will do that.
Yes.
One.
Okay. Do we have to like? Is there like a handshake? Do you do this to all of you? You're like
over Zoom. Most of my interviews are Zoom. We're like, yes, let's reach in and handshake. I do the spit and slap.
Like we need like crystals or a cauldron or we have to,
Fine in blood. So before we wrap up here, I want you to tell our listeners how they can support Hello Darlings and a little bit about these book boxes you have coming out, because even if you can't visit locally, you can support Hello Darlings online, and they will be shipping out book boxes this fall, so I'll let Tina take it away.
Okay. Thank you so much. So honestly, we just want the opportunity for you to come into the bookshop and see how much passion and love we have here. And we will help you find the read that you will love. And we are so excited because we are going to be launching very, very soon, probably at the end of September, our Blind Date with a Book box subscription. So it's a pay as you go, and it's going to have so many bookish goodies in there. It will have a blind date book in there as well. And we are going to do seasonal book boxes for you. HelloDarlingBookshop.com. And you can find us at the McHenry Riverwalk shops. We are number 7. We support all of our local authors, and we just love the opportunity for you to come in.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for celebrating World Book Lovers Day. Did you know that in addition to being World Book Lovers Day, it is also Bookstore Romance Day?
It is. I know. And I was
double whammy.
And we are in the perfect setting because we are surrounded by so many romantic, lovely, and unhinged smutty books. So
romantic and unhinged.
Yes.
It's like you described me. 2 adjectives to describe you: romantic and unhinged. I love it. Well, thank you everyone for listening today.
Thank you everyone for listening. This has been Must Love Books. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Patreon under @Must Love Books Podcast. Thank you and happy reading.